Hello humans, my name is Zachary with ZackInTheBox, and what a miracle it is that this video has been released less than a month after the character. And speaking of, I'd just like to thank you so much for all of the very positive feedback on my last video. It really helps me to motivate me and make me feel like my efforts are paying off. But that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's talk about Min Min. ARMS, the brand new 2017 Nintendo IP nobody was expecting, but everyone kinda liked. It had good ratings and a generally positive reception, but I feel like it was too much of a tech demo to show off the fancy dancy new Joy-Cons to be truly worth £50. I picked it up a couple of times on the free weekends and yeah, it was fun, but after a few hours it was just a little boring. I imagine it's something though that once you get into, the depth of gameplay really opens up and a high level of mastery can be worked towards. I mean, it is played competitively. Anyway, ARMS is a 3D fighting game where you use the Joy-Cons to physically punch your enemies with stretchy spring arms. Why? 'Cause Nintendo. And they just do whatever they want. In all seriousness though, ARMS is one of the most unique fighting games ever. And this, combined with it being one of Nintendo's new IPs that hasn't been covered before in Smash, means that, everyone kinda saw it coming. Nintendo announced this one weirdly too, because on the 26th of March, in a mini direct, they told us that, very non-specifically, a character from ARMS would be joining. And in the time between then and June, while I was making videos for the 3 characters that everyone had forgotten about, everyone else was patiently waiting and speculating the next announcement. Which came, segue, in the form of another Mrs. Sakurai presentation, which at this point I think it sounds like I really don't like these. I think they're really cool. It's just weird. Nintendo's have really done this before. And who was it, I hear you ask? Well, let me tell you. It was... I don't know, I'm doing a build-up, everyone knows. Min Min. Apparently this is a very obvious choice, as she's by far the most popular character. She won some kind of ARMS popularity contest, but for me it was just kind of I just want a slimy boy. And due to COVID, we got to see the inside of Sakurai's beautiful home, including his quite impressive game console collection. And we also learned that he is a traitor to Nintendo and he should be fired immediately. He showed us a character, and at the end he showed a tutorial on how to beat some of the really hard spirits because they'd been getting so much hate online for them, which I just thought was really funny, honestly. But what everyone here really cares about is Min Min, so I think it's about time to play her. Oh crap, after I buy the new Fighters Pass, that is. I just want to preface this right away. Min Min is awesome. Everything you've been told since that fateful day in 1999 is ultimately a lie. Gone is the typical structure of tilt, special, aerial and smash attacks. Is now the A and B buttons each correspond to one of Min Min's arms. Pressing that button will elongate, and holding left or right won't yield different attacks, but just fire the arm in that direction. This means you can defend your back or throw both arms at a shielding enemy to try and brute force them. It's so ridiculously cool and original that it is, though it takes a while to get used to. The first hour or so I played online, I just did abysmally, but in the following hour and a bit as I began to wrap my head around this peculiar mechanic, I brought my GSP up to the highest of any character. Okay, I did lie a little earlier. Smash attacks can still be performed on either button. These act exactly the same though as the normal extension, plus a little more power, although the dragon arm gets a little laser if you hold down a button that can actually really catch people out. Something to note is that you can't move while smash attacking, however, so yeah, be careful with that. Smash attacks can even be performed in the air, and pressing down B will cause Min Min's B arm to swap out between 3 hands, I guess. A fast but short and weak boomerang, the long-range mid-damage dragon head, which is the same as her primary arm, and a slow-moving mega damage smash blasting, pain-inflicting, adrenaline-pumping, electrifying, shocking, torturously tremendous ball. It hurts. On top of having a unique control scheme, it could be said that Min Min plays a little bit different from most other characters. The thing to remember when playing Min Min is that distance is key, as with a lot of lag and a little knockback from her arms, if an opponent captures you at point blank, you're toast, my friend. Luckily, she does have some moves such as her down smash, neutral air, and jab, which work to create some distance on her enemies, which I guess we all kinda need right now.
密です。ソーシャルディスタンスというやつですね。
But I'm telling you, you have not experienced pain until you play as Min Min against a Kirby. They cover every range, and it's terrifying. So to help you get the most out of your time playing Min Min, I think it's important that we go over the 2 do's and 2 don'ts of Min. To do. Angle those arms. If you hold up or down whilst throwing out your arm, you can angle it slightly up or down. This is actually really useful, especially when paired with the dragon laser or the spinning, I don't know what to call it, boomerang, as angling the boomerang down over the edge means you can get some seriously annoying edge guarding in. Aerial precision doesn't exist. Smash balls are near impossible to get, just distract your opponent until they leave instead. 2 don'ts. Tap to jab, hold to extend. If you're like me and tend to mash inputs until they register, accidentally starting a full jab will leave you far too open for someone to just run up and bonk you back to 3D. And lastly, down air kills you. Don't even try for that spike. You will die. And there are just so many other things that I want to talk about with Min Min, such as her center stage edge guarding, up smash reflecting, her up B, we haven't talked about that, her final smash, but frankly, I just don't have time. But you know what I do have time to talk about? That was a really bad transition. Now, as with every new character that releases, we are graced with a brand new stage, this one being Spring Stadium. Why they released Springman stage as opposed to like Min Min's Noodle Shop, I have no idea, but I gotta say that these stadium stages, like Pokemon Stadium, that other Pokemon Stadium, have always been my favorites. It's simple, but still unique due to the fact that these spring pads periodically turn on and off. These pads give you some serious height and even damage enemies if you fly into them. Sometimes these little ones at the edge come too, which can either save or ruin your day. I like these pads though, as it adds a new level of dynamic into the fight without being totally annoying and obnoxious like some stage hazards. You can also do this. And in terms of cosmetic content, they basically gave us the entire soundtrack of ARMS, not even remixed or remastered or anything, just some fast-paced funk Japanese traditional bops. In terms of Min Min's character design too, she's pretty cool. I love the way her noodle arms kind of swing up and down during the bullet time cutscene when you smash someone. It's just the little things, you know? And I feel like I always have to mention the alt skins, but they're really nothing to talk about. They're cool. But Min Min has honestly become one of my favourite characters, which is why I'm awarding her the first ever 7 noodles out of 7. Like Byleth, she just turns Smash into a completely different game of holding center stage and being cautious, calculated, and I guess somewhat campy. Plus she has a really cool casual stage. Stage playlist, anybody? If you are ever unfortunate to play against a Min, however, characters like Kirby, Fox, and Byleth are probably your best bet, and trying to get in her face as much as possible should do the trick. I haven't seen any other Min-Mins online though, probably because no one's bought the new Fighter Pass, but if you haven't, I strongly recommend you do. You will have fun, and I am so excited to see what the next 5 characters entail. Have a good day, do life well, wear a mask. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Also subscribe, I see every time I get a new one, and trust me, it makes my day. Okay, thanks.